Let's talk about something that I think a lot of creatives at one point or another have felt. Toxic people breed toxic environments. There's nothing worse than feeling completely unfulfilled creatively when so much of your life is set around being a creative. I'm the type of person that I love creativity. I love everything that creativity has given me in my life. But when you put so much on yourself as a creative, and when so much of your life revolves around being creative, you tend to ride the highs really high. Then when you encounter the lows, you crater and struggle through those lows. I've been lucky in my career that I've worked with some incredible companies, and more so some incredible people and incredible creatives. You want to associate and work with people that push you to become the best. And then there are going to be times where you aren't as lucky. And those times are very discouraging. And those times are moments where you question, did I f*** up my entire life by getting into this industry? I spent about 1.5 years at a company that promised the world and delivered nothing. I worked with people that were incredibly immature and who were incredibly toxic. They had this mentality that what they had done was enough for the future. They never wanted to innovate. They became lazy. They became self-obsessed. And that mentality came out on everyone else that was not there at the inception of that team. I immediately felt it when I came in and never felt it change. Toxic people breed toxic environments. And unfortunately, these toxic environments are incredibly hard to distance yourself from. And in turn, you begin to fight fire with fire. I can say this because this happens, right? I'm speaking from firsthand experience here, where because I felt so disrespected, in turn, I took that out on other people and became absolutely disrespectful and an asshole to them. I could have just shut the f*** up. I could have tried to channel that anger and angst in a different way, but I didn't. I internalized it. I became very depressed and felt as though nothing I did would ever be good enough. How I felt in that situation, I vowed to ensure no matter what team I was on in the future, whatever crew I worked with, that they would never feel the way that I felt in that situation. That as a team leader, a manager, a director, that I would do everything in my power to make sure I set my team up for success, that my team felt they were listened to, that my team knew I had their back. Because I know what it's like when you have a lead that doesn't give a shit about you and is taking out whatever they're going through personally on their team. As a manager, I think you have to work 10 times harder than your employees. You set what this team is supposed to be. To do that, you basically have to think of yourself as a PA. You're the first one in and you're the last one to go. You have to know everything about your department, right? You don't have to be an expert, but you have to know everything, right? If I got an audio guy who's out, I know how to capture audio. If I have a videographer out who's sick, obviously I can step behind the camera. You have to be able to step into any role without question and support your team. I will never be the person who gets caught watching Friends on their laptop during the workday while your team is busting their ass. I will never be the person who talks about my team behind their back. I will never be the person that thinks they are above their team. You serve your team. Your team does nothing to serve you. So if for whatever reason you love this power of being a manager or a supervisor because you're above someone, you. That mentality is going to destroy everything that you were trying to build in your creative and professional life. I think you can learn from any situation you're in, whether it's good or bad. You can learn something from it. And from the situation and team I was in, I learned the worst traits of a manager. I learned how to never manage a team. I have grown because of what this person was like. So I truly mean it when I say you can grow from the worst situations. Same way you can grow from the best situations. You can learn something from every situation you're in. Know that these bad times don't last. I promise you, things will get better. You are not crazy. Be the best person you can be, because good things will come to good people. I truly believe that, and I'm living proof of it. Let me know your thoughts. Right? Drop them in the comments below. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. If you want to hear more, subscribe. Yeah, if you care to know who I'm talking about, you can do a little web sleuthing, and I'm sure you could figure it out. But that's not my place, right? It's not the person I'm going to be. I'm not going to call out anyone by names. And for whatever reason, if you need someone to talk to, or you need a creative in your life who actually gives a shit about you, please reach out to me. I will do everything in my power to help you get through this. If you come across this when I post it, or 5 years after, know that that offer will always stand, because I don't ever want to see a creative feel the way I felt. Thank you all so much.